Here he is, our plump barbarian.
Citizens of Harper. They've come after you. The plain little ordinary people, the ones you've been laughing at, have Franz Kindler. Well, you can't fool them anymore.
So I've been chased out of every town I've ever been in. I've tried to find the most hated name for this character, and I settled on the top two. I think this is Aussie only, so shout out to my 2% audience that's from Australia. But Jaden Braden, better start running. This is what happens when you show people what's up your kilt. So for some reason it's set to players 4. We're not doing that. We're doing players 8. And this is where I better get used to. Rules of the run, very simple guys. If I'm in town, I just need to run out as soon as possible. So no messing around, no chatting to anyone. There's a few things like, you know, no gambling, there'll be no shops, there'll be no stash. It's going to be a tough one. A lot of people told me this is a lot tougher than I should maybe expect it to be. But at least that one is pretty pedestrian for me at this point. I've never died in normal, so confident. Not so confident about some of the bosses. That Duriel is going to be, oh god, interesting. Well look, there's no point in actually saving anything to sell it. If I can't use it, get rid of it, because I can't sell any items. But I can level up. So that's what I'm going to do here. Players 8, again it's pretty easy players 8 at the beginning, so worth it just to speed up that early game. I'll try and stay on players 8 for as long as I possibly can. I've got to be aware, there's no way of healing. Unless I get a replenish health item, I'm on my own here. So I've got to hope I get level ups before my health runs dry, or the potions run out. There's a lock chest there, there's nothing I can do. We've got to find ourselves a key, which we'll be trying our best to do. Now I've got some stat points here. I really got to think about what I want to do. So there's a few options. So naturally battle orders is just so good. As soon as you get it, even at level 1, you get a 35 boost to everything. The duration isn't huge, but a 35 boost to health, and man oh man, it's just amazing. Incredible skill. Now main attack skill, see I don't want to do things like throw, we can't do. Frenzy I'm worried about, berserk I never really liked. Concentrate I do like actually, and it gets a synergy from battle orders. So I think we're going to go for concentrate. So it's decent damage, we get attack bonus, we get a defense bonus as well, and I think survivability is going to be pretty important. Might lead into something like whirlwind, but I doubt we'll get there in normal difficulty at least. So something to think about. The other option of course is fine potion. I've never done fine potion fine item before. I've tried hawkers, I've never really got into it, but fine item could be really good. I'm not going to be able to buy anything, so we should be trying our best to increase the amount of items we can find. To be honest, fine potion might be better. Let's get rid of those portal scrolls for cowards, and we are not a coward. We're extremely unpopular though. Broken boots. We're going barefoot for this one, boys. Some interesting weapon choice at this point. Now the interesting thing that I've already discovered is durability is going to be an absolute nightmare, and yep, it was an absolute nightmare this whole way through because there's no repairing items. It's actually probably one of the hardest blockers to having fun with the run. But we're looking for fine potion early on. I mean, even with a few points in, that's a pretty decent chance. And there's no way of us getting potions any other way other than finding on beasts. First few points here, we're going to get one of the precursors to battle orders, which is shout. It gives us an immediate double defense. Now it doesn't scale exactly 100%. It scales more. There's a diminishing returns as with everything in Diablo. Some expert use of some stinky potions. You can see it plays 8 now. I mean, they're going down. We're getting some decent experience. But we need to be quite careful about taking damage, because there's no way of us replenishing that. And even the barbarians at this early stage, without putting some points into vitality, which is always advised pretty early on with the barbarian, because it makes survivability so good. That's it, I can start carving them up, see what I can find. I've actually got a pretty decent back catalogue there of potions that I've found. But I have to hold on to them, right? You never know what we're going to come up against. Some pretty poor early stuff. One of the other things that was a real challenge with this is identify scrolls. If I don't have them, I can't use the item. So I've got to be really, really careful here of just throwing things away like I do with these gems. The problem is I can't actually hold on to gems for very long because I've got such limited space. And I kind of need it for potions. So I've literally almost never done this boss before. In the old days I used to do it. I actually, you know, when I used to play with my friends a lot more, we used to do the 2 dungeons here. Just for fun. That's before I kind of understood that there's not much point. But a bit of fun. And actually with the 3 throwing potions here, and this is a lesser known look. Oh, I messed up there, I shouldn't have thrown that there, but the old throwing potion and sword look, ethereal sword look. There's a decent bunch of enemies here. They bunch up quite nicely. And once they start going down, that should be a pretty decent experience. Because we're so unpopular, we can basically do what we want. This is part of the reason why I decided to do Blood Raven, is just roleplay as a character a bit. Nobody's going to tell me where to go and what to do. I don't need to rush to kill Andariel. Do what I want. So I will. Unfortunate Players 8, Blood Raven is actually a bit of a tank. It's good experience from these guys. Actually, was I getting any experience at all? I don't think I was. So, much like most things, when they summon creatures, there's no way of you cheesing it and getting infinite experience. So, killing the ads here just because I don't want them to be whittling me away and interrupting attacks and stuff like that. And Blood Raven cornered. But will they thank me in town? Not with a name like Jaden Braden.
I can't carry anymore.
So normally here I'd just be grabbing everything. I mean, I look at this Bardiche and think, oh, do I really want that? I mean, it's pretty decent for this point in the game because you generally hit everything all of the time, but it tails off quite quickly. The attack speed is very poor. So the javelins, as we find out, have very low melee damage, but have infinite durability. And here I'm squandering some early identify scrolls. Ooh, get that 9 to life. So I think we have to be really careful with what we keep and what we don't. You can already see, like normal, at this point I'd be luxuriously enjoying putting that charm in my stash and waiting for it to be useful. I'd be chucking those gems in there as well, just because you hoard them, as I do with every single run, hoard them until the end, and then I can show them off. Probably want that ruby. Again, the nice thing is I can kind of use these gems as soon as I need them, right? If I find some socketed armour, I'm just going to chuck them straight in. Rakanishi there went down pretty easily. I'm running through the underground passage. Barbarians are just super tough. The only true easy class is the paladin, and anyone who plays a paladin knows that deep down in their heart that there is no great challenge whatsoever. Although my next run is a punch only paladin, so look forward to that. Again, just chucking these away, right? Unfortunately, I can't use the cold gem there, the sapphire, because of the chance to shatter, which is actually pretty high. Because then I can't use fine potion in order to, make something out of the entrails. Never really liked the pole arms in this game, I'll be honest. One of my first characters was actually an Amazon using jab. I think I had level 20 jab. One of the very first characters all those years ago. And loved it. Absolutely loved it. I thought jab was an amazing skill. I think it was a lot more powerful back then. And here we are against Treehead. I've got to be careful because these guys can hit. But actually, Bash is an annoying skill, I'll be honest. I don't like it at all. It does decent damage. Actually very decent damage considering I've got 1 point in it. But it's the knockback. With the polearm it's kind of okay because you've got a decent range with it. And there we can find our first self-repair item. Now the defense is very low, but the idea of having one item at least that isn't going to be a headache is very welcome. And that's actually got better durability as well. One of those games where actually durability is quite important. So I've got the scroll of Infuse there. Infuse? Inifus? Well, there you go. Now I've learnt that. Only took 20 years. And I have to chuck it away. I realised pretty early on that there's absolutely no utility. Fortunately, Akara is the only one that can read the order. And I can't even be bothered to guess clearly. So there's no rescuing Decocame, not that I would. But it's a really great early area to level up. You can see some internal debates here. Chuck it. Yeah, we'll find better. First, Jawbone Cap, which is the unique to Barbarian drip. And actually some decent, I mean Mace Mastery is pretty good. I need to at some point decide which weapon to specialise in, which is going to be impossible because none of them are going to last very long. But maces are generally pretty good. And the scepter there is a really good example. Early scepters are incredible. The damage is huge. I mean Paladin's just the easiest class. Just a trash tier class. +2 to might. I mean that is incredible. I think one of the speedrun tactics for the Barbarian is to have 2 scepters. And just, you know, double swing or whatever. But I find a lot of those like double swing skills, frenzy and stuff like that, a bit pedestrian. When you've done it a few times before, it's a bit boring. Experience Shrine. Someone in the comments described it as like getting a star in Mario. I would say both Experience Shrines and stars in Mario have got me killed more times than I care to admit. I've got a lot of stuff in my inventory now, a lot. Now with armour, look, I've got the self-repair, let's just be sensible. I do have a Find Potion +2 Jawbone helm there. +2 to Life Amulet, I mean that is really needs replacing. But it's the size of the Grand Charm of Frost there. 3 slots, every slot is so important, especially when I go up against bosses. We really need to maximise the amount of space we've got. So I've done a really big clear out here. I've used that Jawbone there with a Find Potion skill, and I like it. And we finally got Find Item. Now the chance is really low. I'm certain it's going to be a fantastic skill when you've got 10 points in it and the synergy, but I don't. So 15%, really not sure how useful that's going to be. So we're working our way down towards Concentrate. Got Stun, I don't think I'll use it. I like the subtlety of Bash. I don't know why I closed the door there like a champ. I'm gonna go straight back the other way. Definitely not a misclick. I just realised I picked up some real trash, which I didn't mean to. Very easily done. Let's get some dexterity. Our attack rating is just being a bit of a pain in the arse, so let's enjoy a little bit, just a few points in dexterity at the beginning. Again, diminishing returns with everything, but those first few points are really, really important. Dexterity is helping with that block as well. We're back at what looks like Decocane's massage parlour, which is always has a lot of loot in. And there's some great stuff here, like keys, potions, stuff like that. I'll just keep coming back and farming it. And he always leaves a little treat under the covers. I'm carrying a lot of sapphires there. Bit of farming. Oh, nice finds as well. Problem is, I don't have any identify scrolls, so what am I supposed to do with that? That particular helm was ethereal as well, so whether I'll bother keeping that or not, I don't know. Great spot for Treehead, so we can farm him. Unfortunately, nothing lasts forever. Our sharp scepter of the apprentice will have to be retired soon. And unfortunately, I don't actually have a backup. So I'm going to have to take this crude spiked club. How the mighty have fallen. And I really hope that was going to be a bookcase. I'm looking for a bookcase. I actually don't know if bookcases are 100% guaranteed on every map. And if we're unlucky and don't get one, this is going to be exponentially harder. So, punch time. Yeah. Time to whip out my crude club, as they said. That's one of the reasons I actually got kicked out of town. Hoping here I can do find item. I think that might actually be my first successful find item there. And we get a Bardiche. Of course, I don't have a scroll of identify, so what am I going to do? Leave it on the ground. Some decent farming spots here. These Champion Death Clan are actually really tough. You can see how much damage they do. I mean, great experience, but very, very dangerous. At this point I'm like, oh, Secret Globe, I could use that as a weapon, couldn't I? But once again, because it's magic, I canny. Fine item up to level 4. Maybe in hindsight I regret putting that many points into that early. Problem with that many points, it's completely redundant as a skill. Yeah, changed my mind, closed the door. Unfortunately, he knows how to open doors. But Barbarian, I mean, look at this. He just knows how to fight. Bash is such a good skill. This is with a crude club, by the way. Mana is a bit of an issue, though. It doesn't cost a lot of mana. I think it's 2 per hit. But with a mana pool of 27, it doesn't last very long. Great trident. I don't think I've ever used the trident in my life. Now I am picking up being like, oh, I can use a trident. Once again, crippled.
I am overburdened.
But then suddenly,
I
the
should
malice.
take this to Chassis.
40 durability. Oh my god, this game. What a pleasure. Part of the reason why this is fun, like doing these silly challenges, is when have you ever been excited at the high durability of the malice? And here we go, man, it's just getting better and better. So I believe there is a chance for this bookcase to drop tomes. I'm not 100% on that. Maybe some do. Maybe this is not one. Maybe this is. Maybe they only drop specific items. The best news is at least it can drop Scroll of Identifiers. And we can start getting rid of some of the dross, some of the trash we don't need. Now I've got a 2-socket studded leather there. Studded leather is the second best armour in terms of armour class you can get in Act 1. And I'm getting a bit cocky, so I'm going to get rid of it. So many clicks later. Runs. You can see the waypoint just up to the north there, so it's not too bad. But a lot of Scroll of Town Portals. And we even get a Tome of Town Portal, which is crippling. And another one. But finally, yes! Have you ever been that excited? A Tome of Identify. I have. And this was it. I was absolutely pumped for this. 4 as well, yes! We are laughing. So let's really start enjoying ourselves. Backup shield, brilliant. We kind of need backup weapons, if I'm honest. We desperately need a better amulet. And actually replenish life. You laugh, but that is not bad. I'm actually using that Grand Charm. And we find another identifier. This was actually the next run. And it looks like every time we get 4 scrolls. And a magic fine ring. Yeah, not bad. Luckily, I think the fallen there was killed by my shield. It's got the 2 skulls in, so we've got that attacker takes damage. Now there's no real need, although I'm tempted, because I've got 2 books, to try and fill them both up. But this took a long time, I'll be honest. Oh, actually decent amulet there. Resist all 6. I really like that the ghosts when they're that colour. I think it looks really cool. And actually, I pick it up the tome there without kind of picking it up manually, and it only gave me 1 scroll. So maybe I can't imagine that's the case, but maybe it's got between 1 and 4 scrolls. Now the light belt there is actually a pretty decent find. I'm keeping that replenished life one on, just because of the utility of running back and forth and not having to use potions. Okay, attack rating, yeah. I was really disappointed to find out that light radius has a maximum of 15, so or something like that. I was really hoping to do a maximum light. Finally, we have the brains to use it on the light belt. Now, it doesn't get any more in terms of slots, but it's nice not to have a very undurable sash. Now, I'm just running around here in the jail level 2, hoping to find some more bookcases. They look like bookcases, but I found instead incredible amounts of danger. And this is like the dream come true. Unfortunately, the small shield, which, I mean, look, attacker takes damage of 8 is pretty good, actually. But I'm going to have to retire that. Luckily, we did find that rare one, so we do have a replacement in the works. Look at that, that's the kind of run you like to see. I think here I'm like, oh wow. Trying to clear a few of these guys out, and normally I wouldn't bother here at all. But I really want to appreciate the stained glass. I don't think I've ever really looked at this before. I generally love stained glass, by the way. I real geek out on it. But that is super cool. I mean, I love the colours. I always love the colour palette of stained glass. This is really sad stuff, but Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't have a particular design. I was hoping they'd put some effort into, you know, putting Andariel's face. I don't know what it might be. But... Bone Ash here. Normally, I wouldn't bother actually, because he's poison, especially, and he's super slowing me down. But it's interesting to see how slow I can get, because he's cold enchanted. And we're into the cats. Some rat men. Always feel a bit sorry for the rat men. So actually a decent cap there. Unfortunately it's not going to last forever. But what does, right? Poetic. We do have another fanged helm in the works. Now that rare items generally have a really decent durability. Annoyingly, you can see here 51 of 105. Like, normally you wouldn't look at that as the first stat, but the rest of it, like 1+1 to mace mastery, well, that could be useful with Harrogath Malice. But if I'm honest, 50 durability is what I'm looking for. Now, annoyingly, this aura is not helping out against these guys. It's reducing my lightning resistance. This conviction aura. Lucky Bash can take them out in a few hits. I've just got to let them come through the door. I mean, I'm so tempted at this point to be like, just pop back to town, but I'm not allowed. The other problem with the light belt is I can't actually stack a lot of potions. I want to take this studded. Part of me's thinking, well, it's got 26 durability, but the life is really good at this point. I do want to back up like polearm. Oh god. I think maybe the trident's better just because it's got a normal attack speed. Just worth having as a backup. Plus it looks pretty cool. I mean, I've still got 30 durability on the Harrogath Malice, which is super exciting for everyone, I'm sure. But
I can't carry anymore.
Definitely want to take the light healing potion. Minor healing potions, as we've seen before, are just so slow. Just admiring some of the blood spatter work here. Been watching a few seasons of Dexter since it's hit Netflix, so yeah, I thought it might be initials or something like that, but I imagine people probably weren't allowed to do that. That would be pretty bad taste. So here, just showing you the run to get to the next stage. We're pretty, I mean, we're a decent level. We need to be over leveled for almost every encounter, I'll be honest, and this is not an ideal encounter. Another tainted pack. But luckily they've got the brains of the Fallen, so brains of like watch a lot of kung fu movies, so yeah, a lot of taking turns. And a breastplate. I actually didn't realise breastplates could spawn here. I know you can sometimes get things like cracked breastplates, but that's a pretty decent find, especially magic one is a very decent find. So I'm trying here to try and find a backup weapon. Fortunately, yeah, it might be a case of just retiring the shield almost. I do want the shield for block chance. One socket and a shield's not going to... we have to take the breastplate, but we've got no identify scrolls, right? And at this point, I'm just going to have to purge some of the inventory. I mean, I'm carrying these valuables for what? What's a chip diamond going to do? We definitely want some more boots. Our boots currently are just normal. We've got one scroll of identify, so what would you do in this situation? We've got to do the breastplate, right? It just takes up so many slots. Oh, I mean, the durability is phenomenal. That's what's important. We do get better defense, of course, so we lose out on the life, which is a great shame, but the Barbarian has a lot of life. We should be able to stack quite a few potions as well. I'm still playing this on quite a high difficulty, so these Araks, these spider boys, man, they've got some health. We're actually using a two-handed axe, which unfortunately didn't last very long. I was surprised at how fast Punch was. And it was actually that moment I thought, I should do a punch-only build. I've seen that some people have done in the past like a not punch paladin, that's what I'm doing. But I've seen people have done a punch Barbarian before, and I'm guessing it's just because bash and things are useful skills and you've got battle orders. But punch paladin to me makes a lot more sense. And a rare look at these spider webs. Death Venom the Tainted. Badass name as well. Stone Skin, badass modifier. Stone Poison the Hammer. It's too try-hard, right? It's just not cool. Look at that dodge. Incredible. This is why you come to the channel, right? With that kind of elite. Never died in normal. So. Antidote Potion. Do you know what? I thought, am I going to get all the way to Andariel and not have one backup? You don't know at this point how bad the poison's going to be, right? But I do believe I'm doing this on players 1, which shames me to say. But I just can't take the risk. Not loving the density here. I don't actually have any AoE without like a poison throwable. So these packs, well, they're not really dangerous at this point because they have such a hard time hitting me. My magic breastplate. Just try hitting me in the legs. Hit me in that kilt. Serves me right with the trouble it's caused me. So we're clearing as much of this out as possible. We've got to be, and annoyingly, symbolically, maybe the weapon that's carried us all this way. Project Malice. It's broken. So apologies to Chelsea. It's down here if you need it. I'm using punch here because I'm actually a bit irritated. Getting some backup potions here. So using this as much as possible. I'll be honest, a lot of the time I was sitting around with this run waiting for my mana to come back so I can use that skill. It's quite frustrating. But we got the Shaman in that room. That bolt has got a mega range. That is incredible. It's hard to see a unique text on the ground and not get overexcited. So we have been poisoned already. It didn't look like it lasted too long, which is good. Using Shout, that's doubling my defense. Gonna keep the inventory tab open so I can use the potions from there where possible. Try and keep our mana topped up. You can see I have got concentrate here, so I've got that 1 point of concentrate being level 18. And again, by the time you kind of concentrate on potions and making sure I've got mana, all this kind of stuff, and Duriel looks like she's in real trouble. I've used the poison, the antidote potion. So we've got that 50%. I guess I've probably got a few things, so I'm actually going to quickly switch to my magic find ring. Just to insult her. And there she is, boss 1 down.
Let the gate be open.
Some leather gloves. What is that? It's not Cleglaws, is it? No, that's the chain gloves. It's Death's, I think. That crystal sword could be pretty good. The problem I've got, I don't have any identify scrolls, so what I'm going to do... Well, let's take the rejuves with us. We're not going to use that dagger, let's be honest. Let's get rid of it. There's some ring mail there, but yeah. We're going to have to make some tough decisions. And let's run out of Luke Ghislaine. Let's have a quick chat with Ghislaine. Yeah, he hates us as much as everyone else, so let's run out. One of the things I found quite depressing about the run was, it's nice being in town. But instead I have to what do I do? Check my inventory now? I mean, there's no point. I kind of know what's going on, so just got to crack on. There's something really nice about having like a save room type thing in Resident Evil. And we've got a belt, which is great. Got some more keys, also great. Problem is, we don't have the identify scrolls. Superior chainmail there, 50 durability. I can't say no to it. 50 is incredible. It will last us for such a long time. And we've got 1 identify scroll, which I squander on that almost entirely useless Grand Charm. Replenish life, I mean it's nice, but 2 is just nothing, man. We just got to get rid of it. It's going to look like some questionable decisions here, like keeping this fast hit recovery thing. I just think, well, actually that could help some survivability. Spike shield there, it's socketed, but to be honest, it just doesn't have enough durability to hold on to. Got a lot of rings. And actually 13% magic find, I mean, what, for 15 attack rating? Yeah. Let's keep the spike shield. Let's keep it. I could put some gems in it. Even runes. I mean, normally I keep all these trash tier runes, but let's just start using some of this stuff. I do want eventually to use that crystal sword, but the durability is never great on those. But actually, probably better than that. At this point, I'm like, why did I not just do it on the belt? Choking gas. Just checking there if I pick up one, if it's any different from picking them all up. I know there used to be the old, well, I say old bug, maybe it was a bug or not, but you used to be able to pick them up individually and then repair them, and you'd have loads of them. Got some, like this large sum of shock I've had from the beginning, but 1 to 3. Come on, dude. Finally, we do what everybody's needed me to do for some time. Upgrade that belt. Now you could look at this and see, actually, looks like we're doing okay. Problem is, potions. Not got a lot of them. The returned, I mean, they're never too tough. The annoying thing is, I can't find potion on them. And look at this incredible scenery taking place here. They've actually taken the corpse away from that, and I thought, what a weird decision. But what I did like is that little cat on the side. It's a really sparsely populated room anyway, so it makes no sense. But I did quite like the little cat bed. Like the little cat chaise lounge. What's weird is they've added bodies in where they weren't before and taken them away where they were. These like Egyptian mummies. I mean, you can see, wow, okay. Big pair in the past. And they're covering them up in the future. Game's gone woke. Honestly, if that's not an example, I don't know what is. The gemmed axe, RIP, it's gone. We've got the gemmed double axe, it doesn't have a huge amount of durability. I think it's got 15 or so at this point. But we're into level 3. Yeah, we're getting surrounded pretty early on. We've got to take the hollow ones out pretty quickly. Hope we aren't surrounded by this point. We could easily get surrounded, and we could get into some pretty tough situations if there are a few of those hollow ones around, just raising them up. Raising the roof. Here we are at the end. Just checking my skills, think there's anything I can use here. Actually, Howl could be a pretty decent one. I'm desperate to get this cube just for the extra space. I'm going to run in, grab it, put myself in a position. Hope I don't get too surrounded. Let's use Howl. That sends them all off in kind of like a terror for a few seconds. I can position myself then in the doorway. And they can all take turns going up against the gem double axe. Now we do have a hero there. Unfortunately, because I've killed them all in the doorway, I can't actually find the corpse. So let's clear out the Holly one. For some reason, he didn't seem that bothered by what was going on. But yeah, nice. I finally got a little bit of storage here. So that's 8 more slots, in essence, I've gained from the inventory. So big news. Still haven't ID'd those gloves. Again, as you can see, the true killer here is the identify scroll. And now we're level 18. We actually have the opportunity to unlock iron skin. So that's 44% chance to 38. So 6% improvement. Definitely worth it for the survivability. So I'm threatening with some throwing potions here. And actually those bugs are very, very satisfying to kill. I know they generally have a physical resistance, but nothing you can do against my stinky potions. Gem double axe up there. Unfortunately, because I'm so trapped in my inventory for so much of this run, I'm having to a lot of the time just drop items, drop things on the ground, and then have to run and pick them up again. 1 scroll of identity and all that, and we get a +6 poison damage over 3 seconds. Actually feels worth keeping. Look at this. ASMR. Oh man, that is good. Of course, let's take all the satisfaction out by leaving one alive. Unbelievable, this game. Pick up my axe where I left it in the sand. Okay, 7 cold resist. I'm not sure I love that, I'll be honest. There it is. Let's leave it in the sand forever. And in my frustration, let's beat up this old man. Yeah, this took a while. Oof. Throwing axe. I'd love to look into doing this. I think someone suggested when I suggested this as a run. Oh, we should do it with throwing weapons. Dude, what is wrong with you?
I am overburdened.
Sadistic. That kind of masochism will be horrific. I don't think the replenish modifier comes in until like level 40 or something. So
I am overburdened.
maybe if I took this into nightmare, maybe. Probably never. So I had no weapon at this point, so I was very, very grateful to find that claymore on the ground. And actually I love wielding one sword with a barbarian. I think it looks awesome. I am actually still kicking the pots in hopes to find something better, but... Plague berries. I mean, those zombies can hit hard. And the poison is really frustrating. Two-handed sword there, which looks socketed. 3 sockets as well. 8 to 17 damage. Might be worth just busting some of these gems in. I mean, in hindsight, I don't know why I'm holding on to a lot of these. But good attack rating, some extra poison damage. Part of me's thinking just pump poison more. I'm not going to get much from the lightning. I don't really want the cold damage. Yeah, 1 to 3 cold damage. Just annoying because I won't be able to get as many potions with my fine potion skill of some of the corpses shatter. Now the annoying thing with concentrate is it only uses 1 weapon. So it's probably best I just have that on the off. And look what I find. A unique dirk. I am super excited at finding that, by the way. So I'm pretty certain it's got plus to find potions and plus to find item. So I'm killing these like, and I'm so excited at this point. I'm like, that is like the scripted find. How good that is. I see a scroll there and also get quite excited. Scroll to town portal. Yeah, not what I need. I'm keeping this going just because I want you to realise how I suffered. It was tough. I mean, again, I've got no mana here, so it is taking maybe a bit more time than it should do. There is actually a scroll of identify there, which I didn't spot, which I'm very, very grateful to see. Because I actually need that to get the Diggler. What? Okay. I got confused with the Heart Carver, which is the Rondel. I'll show it up here now. That is a really good weapon for me, but it is a nightmare equivalent of this. So, and the damage... Yeah, actually the resists are pretty good. There's some dexterity. I think I've never really liked ignore target defense. It just never seems to do very much. So, and I'm back. I'm so sick of being restricted. I go back and do a lot of farming. Okay, that's probably 1 episode of Star Trek, by the way, just back and forth. Yeah, maybe not quite that long. It was at 15 minutes. It was a lot of runs. Oh, look at that move. Incredible. Look at that. That's how you learn to whirlwind. Pulse Burn the Impaler. Yeah, cool name. So here we have... Like, I'm wasting it at this point. I should not be identifying falcons. I hate the falcon. It's got such a slow attack speed. It's horrible to use. The damage is good, but it's... Oh my god, it's so slow. And here I am just throwing this away. So I'm like, well, it's slow, but it's so... You know, we should try and hit every single time if we can. Maybe better than the Claymore marginally, but... What a waste. Oh, and this is just super disappointing. Gold... Absolutely useless to us. Seems we're not allowed in any shops. Oh, okay. +5? Might be worth just keeping that around. That seems like quite a lot, +5. Yeah, no good. I mean, it's tempting with the mana, but nah, come on. Chuck that. I'm never going to use those. I'm not even going to waste a scroll on it. Oh, finally. Poison result. Oh my god, it's so bad. Well, look, we'll put them on. We're going to have to keep those chain gloves in the back pocket, man, because that's not going to last very long. And poison resist. It's just super, super disappointing. Let's make some room. I'm keeping the diggler just because I feel like I should, but this is all just trash stuff on the ground, really. And we've got a level up to spend. Now we've got 60 strength. That's kind of where I like to get quite early on, just so I can use a lot of the equipment. I'm actually going to put one into Blade Mastery. 1 point in Blade Mastery is well worth it. 1 point in any of those weapon things is really, really good. You get critical strike, so chance of double damage. You get great attack rating, you get some increased damage as well, but just it's a 1 point wonder. I mean, it's actually like a 20 point wonder if you know what weapon you want to end up with. But worth it, I mean, maybe worth just diversifying those skills, so anything we find can be useful. But at this point I'm thinking swords are probably going to be what I end up with, so... We've got 280 life. I can hear the snakes, man, I hate it. One of those few enemies you can hear from quite a distance away, and it's super intimidating. So we're taking the coward's northern route. Cautious. Got our shield out because I want that extra block. Yes, and it's always great. Kick their auto when they're not looking. Sorry, lads. Actually, that amulet, plus 10 life, plus 10 mana. Yeah, I'll wear it just for the cool factor, just to insult the snakes. Now this is risky because they can hit hard. Fangskin especially, man, he hits like an absolute train. They've got a weird like bash attack that they do, which I think is also cold enchanted, but it hits every time. Fangskin also lightning enchanted, so I've got to be a bit careful. The damage can stack up. I think only 2-3 can hit me at the time here. At this point, I can see the experience going up, so I think it's probably worth clearing the area out. Floor topaz as well. We'll take it. I do at some point want to get like a 2-3 socket helm. I think the most we'll find here is a 2 socket helm. One of those things you can very easily pick up in any shop in town, but I am stuck. And a claymore. Enhanced damage, attack rating. Nice. Pretty pleased with that. Keep that in the offhand. Switch it in when I need it. Let's clear some space. We don't need a lot of this stuff. It's trash, unfortunately. I can't believe we're almost out of identify scrolls. I think I've got up to like 14 or 15. All that farming. I identified a lot and found almost nothing. We'll hold on to our old one there. And actually I'm going to retire that. We just need the room at this point. I mean, how the hell are we going to do Duriel? I do not know. And the maggot lair. We're in. And actually, now I know the way to go. Hint, just turn right. Then yeah, it's actually quite good fun doing the maggot lair now, because it's a fraction of the size it used to be for me before I knew that. This is pretty good. That door's blocked off. Seems like quite a good use of the poison potions here. The throwing potions, I should say, really. And we get our first maul. Man, the strength requirement is insane. 69. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I actually really generally love mauls. I think, you know, especially I've played a lot of druids in the past with their increased attack speed on mauls. Bone Snap, I think, is the coolest looking item. And I realise, actually, it's down there. So it is turn right. Normally, I'm so used to it being like straight up on level 3. Yeah, there's a lot of nonsense in the way here. And annoyingly, I used all my throwing potions in the other room, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Which I will do, just because it's fun clearing it out. I'm a bit worried about Cold Worm just for the old poison. I think about saving exit and I realise I shouldn't really, because I'm not really allowed back in town. Actually, the poison wears off. So I managed to sneak back into town. I have to at this point. I'll go through the window to the harem. Not the first time being in the window. And you can see I've made the Heraldic Staff. Man, look, it's actually a pretty decent weapon. Would you have ever have thought? It's got a very decent attack speed. I think it might even be 50% increased attack speed. At this point, I'm enjoying myself. And I still need to be quite careful. I mean, this is not a great zone, I'll be honest. This is very risky. I was just taking a lot of unnecessary damage from the machine gunners. And annoyingly, it's so annoying when Fire Eye is in this room. But actually, Heraldic Staff in hand, melting through them. Staff is doing 50% extra damage to undead as well, so they're no great challenge. And Fire Eye, thankfully, is completely forgotten how to fight. Easy to panic in a fight, I'll be honest. Now I heard the annoying noise of a chipped ruby on the ground, and I'm pretty lucky here with the find item. You can see I'm getting really like, oh nice, so we finally get, I mean look, 4 durability left on Death's Hand. Sorry, Death. Yeah, that's just nice. It's nice for a while just not to worry about that slot. And actually, Spectres, they drop a lot of mana potions. That's not a great example. But they also drop a lot of scrolls. So it's nice to have to not go back to that bloody bookcase area again. You can see here, it's not 100%, but it isn't 0%. And I have a very, very high chance of dropping a scroll. So this is a really great area to farm. And of course, because it's at my level, it's actually decent experience as well. Grand Charm, always exciting. +1 max damage. Not going to keep it. And look at that. A massive +3 defense on that one. So we're really pleased with that. Look at these scrolls. Oh, the dream. Now we've got to be a bit careful with this guy. You don't quite know how hard he's going to hit. Not great that I missed, but 2 hits. Oh. I've just done a run and I found so many of Eisenhearts. Yeah, I'm struggling to get that excited. But I should be on this run, right?
I can't.
The annoying thing is, of course, I've got no room. Just chuck this out. We don't need the sapphires, let's be honest. Well, I don't even know why we're keeping it. And we should really be doing this as well. Unfortunately, I'll look there and be like, oh, goddamn. There's not much else we can cube up at this point. 47 of 50. Yeah, this is just great news. This is actually the first time anyone ever has been excited about getting Eisenheart's armour. It's actually a pretty decent area. I mean, a lot of these guys go down in 1, 2 hits. Crushers maybe 3. Steel Scarabs 2. Sometimes 1. I'm pumping Blade Mastery because I don't really know what I'm doing. And in hindsight, maybe I slightly regret doing that. I'm not going to get a point into using the staff because you can see here I've been using it maybe a bit too much. One of my big worries was I was going to use it so much it was going to break, and then for whatever reason it was just not going to work, and I was going to have to go through most of the act again. And I'll tell you what, I'm not doing that. So here I've had to take it off. But I've got a 3 socket crystal sword here, and actually with the right gems here this could be pretty good. Now I hate to have to use some of these. I want to keep the topazes. I do want the magic find. Always good to get attack rating, fire. Yeah, I mean it's annoying because that is a lot of hit points I've kind of thrown away. But now that's a pretty intimidating weapon. I don't really know Duriel's resistances, I'll be honest. I think he's cold resistant. And a little bit on the others. And here's some of his artwork I noticed around. So yeah, trying to look into the meaning of some of this. And there's an I love you. So this presumably is Duriel's girlfriend. Displeased at some point, presumably. So had a head chopped off. And then yeah, I think the head chopping continued. There's a snake dude there at least, so that looks thematic to where we've been recently. And that looks like a warrior fighting some maggots as well. Annoyingly, the artwork's repeated on the other side. Love the wallpaper up there, though. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm glad Duriel's got some crayons to play with. Unfortunately, the old boots. Oh, a +4. Well, we got 2 +5 actually replenish life at this point, so it's not very useful. But the boots have got to go. So we're doing this barefoot again, boys. That's classic Australian Jaden Braden, right? Damage more. Yeah, I mean, look, shields are annoying, right? I just can't find enough of them. But I do need the block chance. So even if they're cracked rubbish ones, might be worth just holding on to. But I mean, when you're trying to pick up a brandy stock. Well, farewell. Just quick check. 1 durability left of 50. Incredible weapon. So yeah, I'm absolutely terrified at this point. +10 max damage. It's actually not bad. I don't think it's quite as good as the old crystal number we got, but good to have a backup just in case. Yeah, I'm terrified at this point. Absolutely terrified. 282 health. We're stacked up. Let's get stuck in. Oh god, man, it's hard. Oh, I'm really worried at this point. This is looking bad. I've got the mana to keep concentrate going. I think we're just going to keep those going. Should really be popping more potions, but just watching my balls bounce up and down. Oh, down to 30 life then. Holy Freeze is not good. Slows us down a lot. Luckily, the Blade Mastery is actually helping a lot here. So you can see we're crit hitting quite a few times. Okay, he's taking a lot of damage. We might have this. Oh, the shield's busted. Quick, switching in. We've got the cracked buckle or whatever it is. Run. Okay, a lot of rejuvenations. I think a panic rejuvenation I drank then as well. Rejuvenation's not ideal, I'll be honest. But every time we get drop down, oh, the guy's eating like a troll. Duriel, please. Sorry, I made fun of your crayons. I'm terrified even to look at the belt now. Oh, we're down to 1. We're down to 1 more. Okay. We're just going to have to run. Okay, why did I not use shout earlier? Down to 60 life. Okay, let's just put all the potions we've got there. I don't know how many we've got left, but he's so close to death. Let's just hold out for as long as we can. We're going to have to pop them when we can. That's it. We're out. We're out. Oh my god. I can't believe we did that. So yeah. 196 life left we had then. And no more chance to replenish. I didn't want to have to do the old running around. Hoping my replenished life would give me a few more hits in. Because I think that would have been the end of it. But man, that was clutch. Whew. Well, hopefully that's not the most exciting part of the run. But hopefully it is in many ways as well. Broken shield. Almost use all our potions. Should have used shout a lot earlier. I'm a real idiot for that, but unfortunately we've got to go back to town. But
I have failed.
I failed. Yeah, I failed the run because I was in town. So let's run out straight away. I tell you what, it's demoralising having to run out, especially when there's just Irishmen out here. Yeah, I'm not going to use that. But that battle axe is pretty good. Oh, let's take out these lads. Nice use of the wall there. Quite a few of them. So I think you get between like 3 and 8. Yeah, pretty comfortable though. And Act 3 we've got to look forward to. The worst act, by the way. And I don't have a lot of potions. I've got to be a little bit careful here. Got a few from these Dublin boys, so... Assuming here that the champion there is going to drop the jade statue. But of course, even if they did... We've got a few identify scrolls there. So we're going to... I mean, normally this would just be fine, but it's so depressing when you lose a scroll. Carrying a lot of mana potions as well, like too many really. Into the spider cavern. Every time I have that doubt, like, is this the right area? Is it the arachnid lair? How is it after so many years I'm still not 100%? So we know approximately where we're going here. And there's the start of the burning. Oh, it's so dangerous. After the Duriel fight, I thought 85 hit points there in one hit. Are you kidding me? We've got to be really careful here. Flame spider. We can probably take that one of those flame spiders out. The minion. Ooh. Oh my god! Down to 7 life. Wow, that's the closest I've probably ever come to dying in normal, by the way. And this... Oh my god, the poison is really annoying. Ish. That's it. Have it. Have a Jaden Braden special. But yeah, that was pretty close. Jade figurine. Oh, right. I think Mashif was looking for that. Chuck it on the floor. Yeah, some pretty good stuff here. I mean, chain gloves. Oh, nice. 11 to 12. Oh, big find. +1 defense there, lads. Yeah, I'm carrying a lot of this dross, to be honest. Right, we've got a 3-socket blessed spray. It's only got 26 durability. I'm just going to put it on. Chuck that on the ground. I mean, eyes and hearts. It belongs on the ground, let's be honest. The annoying thing is, probably need a backup. Because I know that other one's not going to last very long. Inner sight? I'm not actually sure what that does, I'll be honest. I think that's the rogue skill. You can see here, I've got leap. And because these guys are so small, I can whoop over the top of them. Because there's no way I'm going to do... These are like fun to kill. They've got barely any health. Unfortunately, leap is very poor in terms of distance. I'm not sure it gets better the more skill points you put into it. Leap attack, I'm almost certain, is better than this. You can leap the whole screen. It's like a very slow teleport. With some more limitations, annoyingly. You can't jump over certain things, but... Yeah, here's what I had to do. And even in kurast, like, this is my new tactic now. I've done enough of these challenge runs. I know what I'm doing, he says. But I do know what I'm doing, I promise. It might not look like it. But what I have done here... Oh, a mole. That is a good find. Let's not get distracted. The best thing to do is just get through the jungle as quickly as possible. Get to kurast, get a waypoint, and then come back in and get the flare one. Because it's generally closer to kurast. And a 2-socket mole. Very nice. Don't have much to put in it, that's the problem. We do have that attack rating. It's got 45 durability as well. That's pretty good. Let's drop that shield. I mean, come on. I've had that tier rune in there, that shield, for a long time. But actually, it helps, because when you do kill something, you get the 2 mana, and then you can use that 2 mana to find potion. And here we are. This is the other great thing. Like, I rush here as quickly as I can, just so I can really enjoy myself. That's too much space taken up with that. Ooh, 22 fire resist. We kind of got to hold on to that. It's going to be so good for hell. And we had so much fun with leap. We're going to go to concentrate. Now you might be asking what I'm doing here. You know what I'm doing here. I'm finding items. Scroll. And actually, the combination of getting mana potions and scrolls is really nice. So you can see a few town portal ones a bit annoying. Oh, the best creature in the game, hands down. And a belt. Actually, same amount of slots with the belt and the heavy belt, and it's worth it for the 10 life. I mean, a lot of that. The lightning resist. Okay, let's be honest. Lightning resist. Coming against Mephisto is going to be 92 attack rating as well. Is it time to retire the replenished life? Well, hold on to it just contextually. Might need it at some point. These thrashers. Oh, damn. They have that really annoying stun. And I actually get pretty close to death there. I mean, there's no great worry of me dying in normal, but as you well know at this point. And a jade figurine! Yeah. I think someone's looking for that. Look at this stash, by the way, hidden stash. Oh, lovely. That is actually a hidden stash. I mean, it depends if you know, you can only look through a drone or something. But and some splint mail. 18 durability. Yeah, get out of here. You kidding me? Now that 19 durability, 9 all resist. Some magic damage reduction. It's not horrific. It's very, very annoying because I can only hold this into your hands. Not what you want to find. Unfortunately, the waypoint is just annoying, but we've got the gid bin. For some reason, every time I hit the gid bin, the rat man holding said gid bin doesn't actually like to attack. It's the same again. It's the same again. I swear I've not done anything to my game. I've not modded it, because that's the kind of thing when you've done like Skyrim mods or whatever, you get some bullshit and you think, oh, what have I done now? And the gid bin, yeah, I mean, I looked at the gid bin with a view of like, well, unique item, great durability, but the stats are trashed here, so that can go on the ground. Annoyingly, my armour is not looking that good. And I know generally what I need to do against these Inferno wielders now. It might be quite a good fun run actually, Inferno only. I think I prefer the idea of doing Arctic Blast. I've got 10 durability left. I know it's not going to last long. The problem is I get chipped so often. I think there's a percentage chance to lose durability. So when you get attacked by like 10 of these fetishes, then you're going to lose durability very quickly. Luckily, the maul has decent durability. And look at this for a little bit of... I think I fit through that gap at the top. Yep, I can. It's risky being on this side, of course. But we're all about the risks. So I had to go back and pick up that splint mail, which really wound me up. And then there's Indugu there, I can see. Luckily the minions are happy to be around the corner, and they're not aggressive with their resurrections, unlike the flares. Let's grab some potions off them. I'm going to do the sensible thing here and just grab the brain. Oof. Yeah, I mean, super satisfying doing that much damage in one hit. Actually, I'm really worried about that Inferno, but I shouldn't really be because I'm so good at dodging. I thought here, oh, there's 2 great opportunities for you to find an item here, but actually only one of them you can use it on. So that one, yep. But no body there. I think the body explodes. An ethereal pike. Oh, that is some damage. That is some damage. It's 94 damage. Yeah, I should hold on to that. It's annoying, but actually ethereal items, technically every item's ethereal. Now what I should have done earlier is use that leap attack. Oh, look at that. That's some range. Just for context, leap, that's the most you can do. But leap attack, yeah, I can leap over all of these guys if I need to. Not that I'd show off. Yeah, queuing up here, this is always quite nice. In big groups, thrashers are a real pain because they can just stun lock you to death. But they don't have the like blunderbore's crushing blow. Bit of cubing going on. Actually, not many gems left, I'll be honest. Still holding to this Eld rune. I mean, I'm coming up to the sewers. It might be worth just chucking this in. I think a lot of this stuff has just got to be used, right? Otherwise, it's just going to sit there. Oh, nice. A few decent finds here. We actually got a topaz. We really need a decent socketed helm, like a self-repairing jawbone cap or whatever they're called. Jawbone helm would be amazing with just one socket. I could put that topaz in. We can get the magic find permanently imbued. Not a great chance to hit, unfortunately. You can see I am suffering a bit. I think I've only got +1 mace mastery from the helm. Cold enchanted as well is a real nightmare. We do have a magic flail, but I mean, the problem is I don't really have the identify scrolls. And I've got no room at all. There's no way I can carry this many suits of armour with me. 18. 40. Yeah, I mean 40 durability. The question's answered. And I'm not going to carry all these body parts with me now as well, which is a real pain. Ooh, nice fine plated belt. Who cares? Who cares? I need the slots chucked on the floor. Oh my god, that is really, really good. That's really good. That's super necessary as well. I'm going to keep this ethereal one. Like I said, every item's kind of ethereal. And we've got to Trav. Now I'm scared here more of just using loads of potions frivolously and then not having much before Mephisto. A few dodges. We're not doing maybe as much damage I would have hoped. The well there is always a great addition to this area. Just use it. I've got to be really careful here. I mean, in a moment of absolute madness, I decided to dodge around that direction and basically completely F the run up. Luckily we've got these mad lads following us, so the Zakumarites aren't super aggressive in terms of following you. They can be, but these ones weren't, thankfully. Yeah, not a great scenario to be in. Cursed, attacked by the zealots from behind. Shot with lightning, and I did some decent damage. Yeah, and worry, really. There's a horned helm there, which I should probably have a look at. Iron skin and shout. I mean, that's a pretty decent defense one. It's the mace mastery I'm really going to miss on this, though. Fire resist is nice, but it's that +1 mace mastery with the mauls making such a big difference. Annoyingly, yeah, it's time to make the decision.
Impossible.
Okay, yeah, a lot of this is just inventory management. It's a real stress. It was often criticised at launch as being one of the weakest parts of the game. Like, why wouldn't they just allow the inventory to organise itself if you've got the free slots? But I don't hate the idea of having some backpack management. Now, actually, that weapon, could be using it. Might be worth levelling up with it for a bit. It's got some decent stats. I think this has 50% faster hit. And actually on a flail, 50% increased attack speed on a flail. Yeah. Let's test it out. Oh my god, it's like punching. Yeah, that's incredible. Problem is, I can't really use it for very long. Unless we decide to farm some council members, but I'm not enjoying it that much. Probably the most frustrating is Talk, just that Cold Enchanted. Once you get Cannot Be Frozen, Cold Enchanted is pretty pedestrian. It's never that dangerous. The Frost Nova can be a bit of a killer at the end, just because it slows you down so much. You can get surrounded by other things, but at this point. Back to the mall. And unfortunately we are pretty low on potions. So these guys are pretty dangerous. And we've got undead Stygian dolls as well. So they explode on death, which can be, unfortunately, death for you. Yeah, you can see contextually I'm just so worried about my health pool at this point. And you get so many health points with the Barbarian. I think it's 3 per point you put into Vitality, which is the best return of any class. Now I'm using here an Ethereal Shaft in the hopes that the damage is going to be incredible because it is ethereal. The pikes are incredible, but normally you put this on an Act 2 mercenary and really be creaming through these guys. I couldn't tell you the last time I used the mercenary, I'll be honest. Or these challenge runs at least, it just makes the run so easy. Not ideal shrine there. Lightning shrine would be incredible. We've got to take these bloodlords out, but man, they hit hard. Fire resistance not great. We've stacked as much lightning resist as we can at this point. I mean, you know you're desperate when you're checking out. We don't really have a decent weapon at this point, that's the problem. These are the resistances we've got. The most important one here is the lightning resist. He does some cold, he does some poison. Does he do cold? I'm not sure he actually does blizzard on normal difficulty. But the lightning resist is not great, I'll be honest. He's done 300 damage in one hit in previous runs, so... We've just got to hope the Barbarian's luck and fortitude hold. Well, look, the good news is we're into the O's. The bad news is when he hits really hard. We've just got to get those hits in. We've got to keep our health topped up as well. I mean, wow, he can hit so hard. Oh my gosh, that's a massive hit. We've got to retreat. Yep. Just take a moment, get some potions back. We could be in some trouble if we run out here. Back into melee range, that's where we need to be. Keep health topped up. 300 health, there we go, this is where we want to be. 300. Poison ticks, only about 3 or 4. Oh god, 150 life from one hit. Maybe a third of his life left. I think we're doing it. I think we're doing it, boys. Oh, down to 114. Use a rejuvenation there. 160, 170, 180, down to 120. 90 life. Okay, rejuvenation. Oh my god, 200. Oh, that is just so annoying. That is extremely depressing. So that is the first time I've ever died on normal difficulty, as all of you will attest to if you've seen any of my other videos. So this is why I'm taking time. Oh, that's so frustrating. We were doing so well. Let's run out of town before we get beaten up. Jaden Braden. Jaden Braden. Christ. Well, happens to the best of us. And then it happened to me as well. And normally I'll be like portaling there. I realise I've got a potion on me and I've got this breastplate which I don't need. Yeah, this is not the way to do it, by the way. At least Mephisto is being like, okay, I'm not going to beat him up in this state. This is depressing enough to watch. But let's head back in and hope he's not regenerated all of his health. Okay. Just worried I wasn't recording there. You can see sometimes I hit the menu. It's normally me checking if I'm recording or not. But, oh man, he was down to the M. We were so close. Still got to be careful here. We know he can do 200, at least 200 damage. The problem is a lot of these lightning attacks have got 1 to like 70 damage. And if he can hit you 5 times at the same time with some of those lightning bolts, then yeah, not much you can do if the RNG stacks against you. He's done 300 damage in one hit, I think we saw in one of our previous runs, so I'm not sticking around. And unfortunately I'm not even allowed to stick around in town. I'm even unpopular in this joint. Checking out the armour. I mean, they're nice to have, but I'm looking at 23, 21 durability. That's basically what I'm looking at. I mean, that's not bad because it's got some health. 19, I mean 21 is better than 19. And it's nice to have a few more hit points. Ooh, I find here a rare mole. And that is pretty good. That's worth having on the offhand. At this point, the moles have been very, very kind to me. So I'm probably going to be probably a bit resentful I put any points into Blade Mastery. But I'd much prefer 2 points into Mace Mastery. Classic RNG here, having some difficult spawns. Not great to get souls in hell. But it's a wide enough area that you can kind of avoid a lot of their attacks. And here I'm using poison potions as best I can. I know I'm quite close to a level up, so I'm thinking here. These tainted don't have a huge amount of health. These stranglers also. Unfortunately, the corpse eaters there do have a lot high poison resistance, as I found out with my poison dagger only run. Everything has a pretty decent poison resistance when it comes to health. So, but into the River of Flame. Using poison potions where I can to make a nuisance of myself. And the nice thing is, actually really, really good having spawner creatures like that. I just want to take a moment before I talk about that just to look how cool I look with Poison potion in one hand and a sword in the other. That is actually a flamberge. I do have blade mastery as well. Problem is I don't have the dexterity. Nice just to be able to get away from creatures there. Now you might be asking yourself, what are you doing? Why are you here? I think that's pretty obvious. The nice thing is the Countess can't really take one hit. Wow, that's what I'm looking for. And I'm in Act 3. Looking at some of these skulls, they definitely look like primate skulls. That's about as much as I'm going to comment on that. That's the extent of my Attenborough-like knowledge. No, I'm looking for something better than that. We do find a fire resist belt, and actually with 15 durability, yeah, it's got to that point where durability reigns supreme. Rancid gas potions. Interesting, they can drop. I think the highest like item levels in any area generally are the throwing potions. And we find ourselves Gleam Scythe Falchion. Cold damage, some extra defense. It is dreadful as an item, I'll be honest. It sums up the Falchion. Falchion? I think that I should be saying Falchion, but I've wound enough people up by saying Falchion, so I'll carry on doing it. And even I'm resorting to killing Andariel, because I believe at this point it should be pretty pedestrian. Trying desperately to find something here, like a unique. What I'm really looking for at this point is unique items. I need something with Crushing Blow. +3 spear mastery, and it does replenish, and a +3. Well, still +3. 3 socket maul there. One of the most surprising things is how many poison potions there are in these boxes. Unfortunately, there aren't a huge amount of identify scrolls. But there's a lot of items I'd love to be, yeah, I'd love to be picking up there. There's a superior maul on the ground there as well, which I do want. Thankfully, one scroll. Yeah, probably not worth it. +3 iron skin. I really need the mace mastery with the maul, I'll be honest. Lifesteal at 3 is not good. Typical, no skill I need. Lightning skills. Lightning resist. It does have some magic find. I mean, it's an improvement. The gold find on that is absolutely redundant. So I'm going here, some high player number, and then realising I can't really kill anything. And instead I'm just backing myself into corners, so. You see the experience is, it is going up once I kill things, but not by nearly as much as the danger. I've just had so many of those poison potions to use. Oh, blood rise. So we've got chance of open wounds. It's not bad. It's not bad. It isn't great, but it does have 52 durability. Of course, paladin skills, because paladins are overpowered. Some decent damage, slightly increased attack speed. The open wounds is nice, basically bleeds them over time, but it stops creatures regenerating life, which is one of the, you know, the big hidden bonuses that they get. Ooh, Fasto can hit. Luckily, so can I. Whereas I just get the impression he's doing a lot of damage to my already weakened armour. You can see there my helm and armour is not in a great state. We don't really want to be in that kind of position coming into the Chaos Sanctuary. But the Hellforge Hammer, well, I'm hoping the Hellforge Hammer is going to be good. 40 fire resist, 49 durability as well. And does some fire damage. It's not bad. Could probably use that. Even if I use it on the offhand for the extra fire resist. Now look here, the lava looked incredible, by the way. Just, oh, glorious. It's really got that like early Diablo vibes. Something they've never captured. This is realistic. And therefore not cool. This, it looks unholy. Man, it looks so cool. And it's interesting, there are some like doodads in there, in the lava as well. Which they've kind of replicated, but not quite as well. But yeah, I love the way the lava used to look. I just think the colour palette, when you're restricted to those like 2, 5, 6 colours, Maybe not quite like that, but I grew up. I'm older than I care to admit, so 256 colours was a revolution, gaming revolution for me. And actually, the first time I bought Diablo was, or Diablo was bought for me, was on the Mac, all those years ago, when they weren't such a trash tier organisation. I'm just using a lot of these now, like, a lot of these runes actually do some mega damage, like 150 poison damage there just by using 2 tower runes. Another level up, very welcome. And actually the maul is doing 50% extra damage to undead, so... Although Decrepify is just... Oh man, it is decrepifying. Peak level commentary at this point. Tell my rum's run out. Really not... So actually, leap attack was really useful here, because when you're decrepified, you have to run towards these guys. It's really frustrating. You can see how much damage they're doing as well, and it's not insignificant. This is a fanatic, so it does do extra damage, but... Annoyingly, because they're undead, there ain't no potions on these boys, so I'm really running dry. Luckily the mana situation on these isn't too bad. I brazenly jump in there, which I really shouldn't do. As long as they stay out of melee range, they'll just keep hitting these mana spiders, which is annoying because I lose my mana. I don't have any mana for concentrate, which does massively improve my attack rating. But they are undead, again, more OP. For doing that 50% more damage to undead, which a lot of this Chaos Sanctuary is. Luckily the Grand Vizier there just decides to jump in. Unfortunately, the find item does not help us out. It's a shame that Act 4 wasn't more fleshed out. I realise the music in the background playing now is from the original Diablo, the original dungeon music, which I really want to get back playing again. So I find myself in a quandary here. I've got one more potion, not a huge amount of health. I'm going to have to go and find some entrails, I think, somewhere. Great well placement there, by the way. When you're doing a run like this, you remember where things like wells are, which is pretty sad. Tower shield there, actually, could be pretty good. 75 strength is a real pain. Ooh, and it's a self-repair one. 49% chance to block. A little bit of extra defense, which is nice. But this is really what we're after. Some entrails. Now these Stygian hags were amazing, by the way, incredible. Because of the dogs that they produce, and they produce them pretty consistently, not forever unfortunately, but each one of those I can search for a potion, and that's what I had to do at this point. Finally getting 1 point in the Mace Mastery, and I've had to change my helm out. So look, even 1 point in this, I get almost 30% more damage, 40% more attack rating, and that crit strike chance is really, really good. So that's a 5% chance of doing double damage. So let's maul our way to Lord Decease, and I don't need to show you that. But I did get this good belt, actually. Light belt, which is annoying, but some dual resist and fast hit recovery. That is incredible. Probably worth keeping it. And the lightning resist, that is really, really useful. Let's make some room for that, some permanent room for that. Ugh, the annoying things, I need that 2-socket bastard sword. So battle orders, shout, a miss to start off the fight. This is risky now. Luckily we've got leap attack so we can show off. And what I should have done is hit that other seal. That's really, really neglectful. Because then when I kill Ventar, oh, it's not Ventar, it's the Effector of Souls. Not that I ever forget. But I've got to be really careful. I'm taking a lot of damage, that's the problem. I need to be stacking my potions up for the big D. At this point I'm like, why is everything not dead? Yeah. Oof. And actually I'm going to have to go back and try and find both. This is nowhere near enough potions. I've got so many mana potions. Ideally, we want another line of health potions there, and then another, I don't know, 10, 12 health potions. Come on. There's a few here. There we go. That's more like it. Full rejuve as well. Nice. Super excited about stuff like that. Oh, I don't need all this mana. More mana. Come on. Or mana, as they say in this game, which really winds me up. Much like people say Diablo. Well, a lot of my audience is US, Canada based, so I'm not going to get too pernickety about that. So we're up against Diablo. Oh god, hits. Oh my god, that lightning attack. The thing is, I've got a shield and I've got decent lightning resist. It's lightning physical, as many as you have told me. So with the lightning charm, I shouldn't be doing that much damage, but that's a potion every time we cast that. And look at the health, it's not going down. Oh, this is awful. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this. There's absolutely no way. Can't do it with 3 rejuvenation potions. So we've had to go back to Jurassic Park and see what we could find. Which is a useless ring, but it is a few potions as well. And we've got this vicious barbed club, which is actually pretty good. We'll keep it here for the time being. Oh, if only that was a health shrine, that would be really good. So let's battle orders, let's shout, and let's get back, let's get stuck in against your man. Oh god, the lightning. If it wasn't for the lightning, it would just be an easy fight. It's an incredible amount of damage you can put out. And already I've used 1 row of pots. I'm going to have to use another one there. I've got to stay in closer range, otherwise he's just so much more inclined to use it when you're in mid-range like that. Okay, we're starting to do some damage at least. But I just don't see the potions lasting. Let's use a full rejuvenation there. Getting clipped by the end of the lightning there. Keep the mana topped up. Oh, and again. Oh, I'm pretty lucky there. Oh, we're just going to have to run away. The potions are out. Back again. This is really frustrating, but we've got to do it. Luckily, there's a few of these stigning hags around. So I can keep them alive as long as possible and then just keep farming the babies. Ugh, that sounds terrible when I say it like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't last forever. And that is just crippling morale. He's got full health again. There's no way I can hold enough potions to do this. Oh, I actually have no idea what to do now. This is as many potions as I can hold. Unless I drop some charms, but... So, look. Let's see what we can find. We're just going to have to farm. The Rao rune there's nice. We really just need some of these early, normal, unique items. I even fight Mephisto. I think this is phase 3. It's tough. And it uses so many potions. And the rewards were just absolutely trash. So let's farm the Countess a bit more. The Rao's kind of what we're looking for. That's the highest rune she can drop on normal. As many of those as possible. Gem shrines, absolutely necessary. Neph rune's good there, and Rao. Belt's broken. The belt is broken at this point, but I don't care. I've dropped the Roderick Cube because unfortunately you just have to, when you chuck it on the ground, everything falls out of it. Cubing up. Sharp Maul, 30 durability. Fortunately, the Tau Maul's probably going to have to go at this point. Then you have a few durability left. Belt's broken, forget that. We're making some blood gloves. We're in a iconic location in the hopes to get some decent crushing blow here. 8% crushing blow. Not great life still. Actually, okay. And decent life. Look, the 8% crushing blow is really good. 7 durability. Oh, God. Well, look, that's kind of what we need. We've got this bastard sword, this 2-socket bastard sword I've been carrying around forever. I need an Am and a Tear rune for that. I even do some farming of some council members. And actually get a level up, which is pretty nice. Longstaff, is that any good? Rings. Ah, and 2 rare rings on that one. Useless. Minus 50% target defense. I mean, that is really, really bad. 100% mana stolen per hit, I suppose, is interesting, but... So the first ring there is definitely an improvement. It's got good attack rating and a few other bits and pieces. This one has some attack rating and some fire resistance, some damage reduction. Oh, that's a really bad Mephisto. Drops there. Again, out of identify scrolls as well. So this was a really tough run. We've got a 2-socket helm here. I'm getting so frustrated with the magic find, so I'm going to have to switch it in. 37 durability on that as well. And we find this helm. The Berserker's headgear. Decent fire resist. Oh, it's just carting it around, that's the problem. We don't have 4 free slots. And look, I just spotted out the corner of my eye a gem shrine. Perfect diamond. Do you know what I'm going to do with that? Probably nothing. Fire resist ring. I don't think I really lacked fire resist, but it's nice to have a backup. And this hand axe. We got it. 20% chance of crushing blow. Oh, it's ethereal. 15 durability. Crushing blow is what we need. So with that and the gloves, maybe. It suddenly may be viable. Oh, that is just so annoying. It's ethereal. But between that, 8%, 20%, that's almost 30%. Quick maths. So I do replace the plated belt that was broken. Because it annoyed me it was broken. Some lightning resist on that, some cold resist. Maybe at this point it's better to have the fire resist. The lightning resist is nice though. Just this lightning attack is a pain. We can actually max out fire resist if we put the Berserker's helm on, which we probably do want to do. And it means we can switch the rings out, so I don't need that fire resist ring anymore. And let's get some potions. I am pulling the potions with me, by the way. So I just drop them on the floor, bring some more along with me. But I'm taking a full drinks cabinet with me. Story of my life, I would say. But R.I.P. Gem Bastard Sword. There we are, let's stick that bad boy on. Definitely not using it, by the way. Holding on to every single durability. Battle orders. So we're level 26 now. Battle orders now level 3. Get some more dexterity in just because I need the attack rating, but actually I need the block chance. And now we've got the hatchet, we can definitely use the tower shield. Actually find a potentially pretty decent tower shield there. I think it ended up being useless, so that's why I didn't show it. Once more, we make our way through. And once more, I forget to hit that second seal. That's all we need to do. And actually very satisfying. I only find a few potions, unfortunately, from those guys. And this is the drinks cabinet. This is a much stronger position we've been in before. Still got full durability on the Nasher. The Nasher. Here we go. Whoever thought the Nasher would be the difference between life and death here. Victory and defeat. Oh, look at that. Epic entry over the lightning. Oh, and the first hit is good. That's the difference that crushing blow makes. Still taking a lot of damage from that lightning. Oh, give me a break, dude. Come on. There we get a few decent... Yeah, and already we've got further than we've ever got before. Super satisfying, this. Maybe slightly annoying because actually I've got maybe more potions than I need in reserve. But still, actually getting through almost a whole belt's worth there. Now I'm just tanking a lot of these lightning attacks because I just want to be doing as much damage as I can as quickly as we can. Keep the mana topped up. Annoyingly, the size of the potion we've got means the mana fills up almost immediately. Like minor mana potions would almost be better. Pick up my potions. Actually, we managed to get through a lot. Let's use Blood Rise here, just for the extra damage. And that is a super satisfying death.
Would be too great for you.
some rare demon hide gloves there. It's annoying they aren't unique, but some amazing drops to the necromancer there. +2 curses and a +2 summoning skills as well. Now, unfortunately, I have to come to town because I need to go through this portal. But luckily, I didn't complete the. I didn't kill Israel just for fun, because you have to talk to your man, and that would have given me the +2 skill points, which I would have resented, because that's not in the spirit of the run. But with some other muscly dudes, I actually find here some splint mail. And those that know, yep, that's right. I've managed to find 2 parts of a set, and it's Barbarian specific, which is incredible. Decent attack rating there. Extra defense, +50 life with a 2-set bonus. I'll be honest, it feels incredible, but unfortunately I've only got 18 durability on that splint mail, and I've got 6 on the helm, so I'm going to use it, just enjoy it. I would save those guys, but for what, right? As we all know, if there's no reward, what's the point? Running through this act at this point. Maybe not picking up nearly as many waypoints as I should have done, but... shame. I'm actually... 6 durability. I'm going to hold on to it, because I kind of want to use that 6 durability for the ancients. Annoyingly, I can't jump over a lot of the walls. There's a real limitation with jump. Compared to teleport, which is just a, you know, in many ways it's trash tier teleport because it ruins the game. And it does. Don't argue against it. It does ruin it. But leap, with some limitations, I suppose, is a better form of teleport in terms of thematic and keeping the game fun. But Enigma has kind of ruined the pleasure of the journey, right? So here I am next to my favourite seating spot, the Orifice Maker. 2-socket maul, 45 durability. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm pointing out the Orifice Maker there. It's probably not the best name for it, but unlikely to get monetized anyway. We've hit level 30. And that for the Barbarian means natural resistance. The best skill in the game. Resist all +12. Incredible. And we fit Battle Command as well, which is a really great skill. That's +1 to all skills. So we can cast that, then cast Battle Orders, then cast Shout, and they're all +1 level. And we're going to pump some more points into Vitality just because. A few more points in Dexterity. I want the extra attack rating. Now there is the option of getting increased speed. I think I probably should get that too, just so we can run away from the Ancients a bit more. We're going to put another point in Mace Mastery because I'm loving them all. And now it's as simple as an Am rune and a Tear rune. Oh, I don't have a Tear rune. Oh, it's so annoying. Well, we're going back to the Countess. But let's... Oh, that platinum ring... Okay, well, I'll think about it. Fire resist. Oh, again, Paladin skills. They're just so overpowered, the Paladins. I think I'm going to put on for the fire resist. I've got way too much fire resist at this point, but it gives me some options. I think the problem is I just don't have enough durability on these guys. I can't rely upon them for an extended fight with the Ancients. I'm just going to dump them. We are desperately looking for a Tear rune, which we eventually find. Am Tear Strength. Incredible rune word, by the way. Lifesteal, 25% crushing blow. Strength, vitality, and it's even got that +2 mana after each kill, which means as soon as we kill something, we can find potion on it. Concentrate damage is insane. We can get rid of some of these now. I mean, let's make some room. We are stacked potion-wise. We've got our Nasher. We've got our Nasher out, which again is one of the reasons why I'm not allowed back in the Rogue Encampment. But yeah, we've got some pretty decent stats now. Plus 33% crushing blow with them all, and 28% with the with our Nasher. So the Nasher is good. I can't keep saying that. I'm going to. Every time we get a Nasher out, we've got fast attack speed, and we have our shield. So early parts of the fight, especially we're fighting 2 guys here, let's Nash them. We can use that block chance, keep our survivability up. Once it gets to a certain point, we just need that extra damage. We can switch to the maul. We've still got decent crushing blow, but we're going to be doing a lot more physical damage with each hit, not just relying on that crushing blow. So now, switch to the maul. Oh, I'll absolutely melt him. Talik, again, let's switch back to the shield because he can do a lot of damage. We've got him in a brilliant position here, so he's not doing as well when attack. Again, really worried I'm not recording. I am, don't worry. But pretty confident at this point. I mean, Talek was probably he's always the biggest worry. And against the maul, oh my god, the maul is incredible. Strength is just an incredible rune word, by the way. Oh, Madork, pathetic display. Thumped. Oh, imagine getting hit by that as well. 2 points in natural resistance. 2 points, 21%. Now, nobody can be bothered with this. And actually, really decent first map. Super excited there. Just taunting them a little bit. Getting a bit cocky. Skill shrine there. I thought it might be a gem shrine for a moment, but we've got a combat shrine. We're not going to use it against these moon lords. And we find just what we're looking for here. The way down. The throne. Fingers crossed. It's quiet. Always good to have a quiet first part, so we've got somewhere to retreat to. On normal, we know we're going to fight Moon Lords, we're going to fight these Stignian, or Death Lords, sorry. We're going to fight these Stignian Furies as well. Luckily, unlike the Chaos Sanctuary, we can actually search a lot of these guys for their entrails, make some potions out of it. Ghost armor there, I just thought I'd check to see what kind of the armor it looked like. Epic, look at that epic start to the fight. I definitely want to finish Bale off in that style, by the way. Oh, my boots. Are you kidding me? Jaden Braden. Lost wearing his thongs, that's the thing. So let's get rid of those. Let's do this barefoot. Just out of range of the Decrepify there as well. Straight onto the wave 2. The old classic here. Let's get these skelly boys rounded up. A lot of the throne is just corralling creatures. Once they get to about this point, you should be okay. It's rare that the Unravelers up there actually go anywhere. Maybe slightly concerned about the poison. And it is doing some decent damage. The Decrepify was really, really painful here. But actually, Unique Rouge, I'm not going to use that though. It's going to be terrible. Compared to the Maul, I mean, look at this. We're still using our Strength Maul at this point because the durability is just so high. They do have a lot of hit points, those council members, but they've got nothing. Bartok again, no great concern. If you don't do enough damage, they tend to heal themselves, but with the more damage, we're fine. So we've cleared this entire map. So we've got a real luxury here. We can corral them and run away, but what I didn't anticipate is how fast this guy is. So yeah, did you ever seen that before? Someone is able to run as fast as you can leap. Thankfully, it's just Ventar on his own. And we've got fire resistance for days, so this is a pretty pedestrian fight. And lastly, let's do some dinosaur corralling. I actually got the side there because it doesn't look like there's many of them. And luckily they're not extra fast, so... like a real coward. Yeah, I killed them all, mate. Excellent stuff. And I feel like we've got enough at this point to take them on. Epic start, that's more like it. Surprised maybe at how slow I am after the cold. And I'm going to have to Nash him, I think. Get my Nasher out. Just for that block chance. Annoyingly, he has some pretty decent block chance as well. And there's no chance of me having a safety portal here, so I'm really hoping he's not going to summon his brother. Taking a lot of damage. Annoyingly, these festering appendages, they're easy enough to take out, but there's not much point in doing so. It's slow going, but eventually... oof! Look at that for an ending. Cinematic. Wow, that was an extremely different playthrough than anything I've ever done before. I really recommend it, actually. It completely changes the way you play the game. It's quite depressing not being able to like hang around in town and have a little bit of a safe space. A lot of these items, I mean, 1 durability left on that glove, by the way. Unbelievable. Look at my equipment. Yeah, not many quests actually done, I'll be honest. There's not many we could do. Look at that. But what an incredible journey for Jaden Braden. Has he finally won the respect? No. The crimes were too bad. Too extreme. Decent resists. Barbarian resistance with natural resistance is just incredible. Annoyingly, maybe wasted some points there. But actually, if we do this in Nightmare, we might well need those points. Concentrate, we never really need that many points in. The mana cost of 2 is great. I mean, there's a question about moving to Berserk, but it's double the mana cost. Battle Orders, incredibly overpowered. 41% more life. Fine item, I think actually I'd probably want to refund all those points and put more points into a potion. Just because it made the whole thing more viable. Let's have a look at some of this equipment. I mean, when you're holding on to items like that, you know times are hard. But 1 durability left on our glorious gloves. And I really like this belt, I'll be honest. Dual resist belts, and it's got repair, self-repair. So we need to just hope we can up that if we ever take this into Nightmare. Let's have a look at these charms then. So the 2 most important resistances there, and 2 very similar looking charms there as well. Oh my god, Tome of Identify. So glad we were able to get that. The Nasher. I'll always have my Nasher in my hand. And then, yeah, decent. Oh my god, the Strength Maul. Incredible. What an incredible weapon. And actually still 21 durability, and I use that a lot, I'll be honest. A self-repairing helm there, really important. We've had that from the very beginning. Some of these rings, like level 9. That's pretty good. I did actually pick that platinum ring back up. We could do a lot better with that belt, but gotta say, really enjoyed playing it this way actually. I mean, it was tough. You can see there, man. It is a tough way to play the game, but look, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully Jaden Braden has won your heart, even though he loves touching his Nasher. But please, look, leave a like, subscribe, comment, let me know what else you want me to play, and see you in the next one.